Hello everybody, welcome to our class Passionate Learners. Today in our class we're going to learn about the orthodox and heterodox system of education. This is a part of philosophy of education from MEd syllabus. So in this we're going to learn about the schools of traditional Indian philosophy. So basically the schools of traditional Indian philosophy are divided into two types, that is Astika and Nastika. So we all know that Astik or Nastik are the people, someone who rejects God or accepts God. But here the definition is somewhat different. Astika or orthodox school of philosophy, here what happens is they accept the Vedas, and in Nastika or heterodox they reject the Vedas. This Astika or orthodox school of philosophy is again classified into two types, that is atheistic, who rejects the existence of God, and theist, who accepts the existence of God. And this Nastika or heterodox rejects the Vedas. It is again classified into Buddhism, Jainism and Charvak schools of materialism. So this is what the classification is. And again in the atheistic school of philosophy there are Samkhya, Nyaya, Vaisheshika and Yoga schools of philosophy. And in theist there are Mimamsa and Uttara Mimamsa schools of Indian philosophy. So in total there are 9 Indian schools, traditional Indian school of philosophy. So we're gonna learn about each and every school of Indian philosophy, starting with Samkhya school of Indian philosophy. Samkhya school of philosophy. Etymologically, the word Samkhya is derived from the Sanskrit language Samkhya, which means numbers. Here Sam means number, balance or equal. Khya means knowledge and wisdom. Samkhya philosophy is founded by Maharshi Kapila Muni. It is one of the oldest schools of philosophy. The gateways of knowledge according to Samkhya means how the knowledge is gained, through what things we can attain the knowledge, is nothing but gateways of knowledge. It can be done through perception, inference and verbal testimony. Perception means through senses, inference means through reasoning, and verbal testimony is nothing but through the language, through. Samkhya school is regarded as the dualistic realism. So two things are to be considered in this Samkhya school of philosophy. What is it? It says that the Purusha and Prakriti are the two concepts, two components of the world. So the dualistic realism, here it is divided into Prakriti and Purusha. What is Prakriti and what is Purusha? We will learn in this slide. So all physical events, means all the physical things present in this world, comes under the Prakriti. And Purusha means the self, inner consciousness, the complete knowing of a person. So this is Prakriti and this is Purusha. Consciousness is Purusha. So according to Samkhya school of philosophy, these two are the different things, that is Prakriti and Purusha are different things. If a person is able to understand that this Prakriti and Purusha are two different things, and if he is able to differentiate these two, he would attain moksha according to Samkhya school of philosophy. Okay, so this is the way one can attain moksha in Samkhya school of philosophy. So coming to Prakriti, what is this Prakriti? All physical events of universe are considered to be evolution of Prakriti. It is the first cause of the manifest material universe. It is composed of 3 important characteristics known as Trigunas. The three gunas are Sattva, Rajas and Tamas. Sattva means lightness, illumination and joy. Rajas means dynamism, activity, excitation. And Tamas means heaviness, obstruction and sloth. So now, if a person is not able to or unable to differentiate between this Prakriti and Purusha, it leads to Buddhi, which again leads to Ahamkara according to Samkhya school of philosophy. So, there is a bondage as long as Buddhi does not discriminate between Purusha and Prakriti. So, a bondage would occur if a person is unable to differentiate between Prakriti and Purusha, which leads to Buddhi, which leads to Ahamkara. So now this is the continuation of the previous slide, the Buddhi and Ahamkara, which is again classified into Sattvic and Tamasic. So in this Sattvic, what happens is 5 cognitive senses, that is the Jnanendriyas, would come under this Sattvic, and also 5 active instruments, that is the Karmendriyas. So the Jnanendriyas we all know, those are hearing, touching, smelling, tasting and seeing. And when coming to Karmendriyas, what does it do? Speaking, holding, moving, procreating, eliminating. These things come under the Karmendriyas. All these 10 instruments, that is the 5 cognitive senses and the 5 active instruments, comes under the Sattvic. And next is the Tamasic. So what does this Tamasic do? So 5 subtle elements known as the Tanmantras. The Tanmantras are again speaking. The Tanmantras are again hearing, touching, smelling, tasting and seeing. Through these Tanmantras, we would able to feel these 5 gross elements. Those are earth, water, fire, air and space. And we already know that there is one more Triguna. Here we discussed about Sattvic and Tamasic. One more is Rajasic, which comes is nothing but state of activity and it is state of movement. Next thing we would learn about the Purusha. We earlier learnt about Prakrit, which is nothing but the physical form. Purush, it is nothing but inner or self-consciousness. It is the transcendental self and the pure consciousness. It is self or an eternal reality. It is absolute, independent and free. It is beyond the words and explanation. It is nothing but Atma. So this comes under, if I am clear about Purush and Prakrit. So these are the 2 things which come under the Samkhya school of philosophy. And what is the exact aim of this school? We will learn it. Aim of Samkhya school of philosophy is to create discerning individual capable of attaining the perfection that exists within them. The main intention of all these schools is nothing but to attain moksha. We already learned that if a person is able to understand the difference between the Prakrit and Purush, he would attain the moksha. This is what the aim of Samkhya philosophy is. And next, the curriculum. What all the things one reads in the Samkhya philosophy is all disciplines like material sciences, physical sciences and yoga to get liberation ultimately. Methods of learning. Experimental learning for the students with maximum involvement of senses. Role of teacher here is facilitator. A teacher acts as facilitator here. In the upcoming slides, we would learn the remaining schools of philosophy. So, that's it for today, guys. Thank you so much for watching this video. If you haven't subscribed to Passionate Learners yet, please do subscribe to Passionate Learners. Thank you so much.